Welcome, dinosaur fans, to a journey back in time. For millions of years, Tyrannosaurus rex has reigned as the ultimate predator, the tyrant lizard king. But was it truly invincible? The fossil record suggests otherwise. Other giants with unique adaptations and raw power could have challenged or even defeated the mighty T-Rex. Today we'll meet 5 incredible prehistoric animals that, under the right circumstances, could dethrone the king. Get ready to have your perceptions challenged as we explore the brutal, complex world of ancient predators. Let's begin our prehistoric adventure. Our first contender comes from the lush river systems of Cretaceous North Africa, Spinosaurus aegyptiacus. Longer than a school bus and surpassing T-Rex in length, Spinosaurus was the largest carnivorous dinosaur yet discovered. Its iconic sail and crocodile-like snout set it apart. But its true advantage was its semi-aquatic lifestyle. Adapted for swimming with dense bones and a powerful fin-shaped tail, Spinosaurus was a master of both land and water. In its riverine domain, it hunted giant fish and could ambush prey from the depths. Imagine a T-Rex at the water's edge, out of its element, facing a predator perfectly at home in the water. Spinosaurus could strike from below, using its reach and aquatic agility to drag its rival into the river. Its long, clawed arms were formidable weapons, unlike the T-Rex's tiny limbs. In a watery battle, Spinosaurus would have the upper hand, turning the environment into a deadly trap. The T-Rex's bone-crushing bite was less effective against a foe that could evade and counterattack in the water. Spinosaurus wasn't just a dinosaur that liked to fish, it was a true river monster, evolved for aquatic dominance. In its element, it could outmaneuver and overpower even the tyrant king. The lesson environment can decide the victor. On land, T-Rex ruled. In the rivers, Spinosaurus was king. This apex predator's unique adaptations made it a serious contender for the crown. The battle between these giants would be a clash of worlds, land versus water, brute force versus versatility. Spinosaurus shows us that the king's reign was never uncontested. In the wetlands of the Cretaceous, the crown was always up for grabs. The story of Spinosaurus is a reminder sometimes, the most dangerous rival is the one who changes the rules. In the right place, at the right time, even the king can fall. Next, we travel to ancient Argentina, home to Giganotosaurus carolini, the giant southern lizard. Longer and possibly heavier than T-Rex, Giganotosaurus was built to hunt the largest land animals ever, titanosaurs. Its skull was longer, with blade-like serrated teeth designed to slice flesh, not crush bone. Unlike T-Rex's single, devastating bite, Giganotosaurus likely used a bleed-out strategy, delivering multiple slashing wounds and waiting for its prey to weaken. In a duel, Giganotosaurus's speed and agility could be decisive. Its slender build and balanced tail allowed for quick turns, helping it evade T-Rex's powerful jaws. Fossil evidence suggests Giganotosaurus may have hunted in packs, making it even more formidable. But even one-on-one, its reach and attack style posed a serious threat. Giganotosaurus could strike from a distance, inflicting deep wounds and wearing down its opponent. The T-Rex's strength lay in its bite. If it landed, the fight could end instantly. But Giganotosaurus's tactics turned the battle into a war of attrition. It was a specialist in taking down giants, using calculated attacks rather than brute force. Against T-Rex, it could outmaneuver and outlast, turning the fight into a test of endurance. The giant southern lizard's hunting prowess was shaped by the need to bring down prey far larger than itself. Its strategy, death by 1,000 cuts. In a contest of giants, Giganotosaurus had the tools to dethrone the king, not with a single blow but with relentless, calculated aggression. The lesson: sometimes the most dangerous rival is the one who refuses to fight on your terms. Giganotosaurus was a master of adaptation, speed, and teamwork. In the right scenario, it could have been the true apex predator. The king's crown was always at risk. In the world of giant killers, there was no room for complacency. Giganotosaurus proves that even the mightiest can be outmatched by a clever, relentless foe. Our next challenger isn't a dinosaur but a serpent of mythic proportions, Titanoboa cerrejonensis. In the swamps of Paleocene Colombia, this snake grew over 13 meters long and weighed more than a ton. Titanoboa was an ambush predator, lurking in the water, waiting for prey to approach. Its victims included giant turtles and crocodiles, formidable creatures in their own right. Imagine a T-Rex at the water's edge, unaware of the massive serpent below. Titanoboa would strike with explosive speed, seizing its prey and wrapping it in crushing coils. Its true weapon was its body. constricting with immense force, shutting down breathing and blood flow. The T-Rex's jaws and claws would be nearly useless against the snake's muscular, flexible form. Once ensnared, even the Tyrant King would be helpless, its strength negated by the relentless pressure. Titanoboa's constriction was a slow, inescapable death. No need for venom or bone-crushing bites. Even if T-Rex landed a bite, the snake's resilient body could withstand the attack. This matchup highlights a different kind of power, not explosive force but sustained, suffocating strength. Titanoboa was a biological trap. Once caught, escape was nearly impossible. The king of dinosaurs could be brought down by the king of snakes. Nature's battles aren't always won by size or speed. Sometimes it's about leverage and patience. Titanoboa's evolutionary design made it a perfect ambush predator. In the right environment, it could defeat even the most fearsome dinosaur. The lesson power comes in many forms, and sometimes the most unexpected rival is the deadliest. Titanoboa reminds us that the ancient world was full of surprises. Even the mightiest predator could fall to a silent, coiling force. In the swamps, the king's rule was never guaranteed. Now we dive into the prehistoric oceans to meet Otodus megalodon, the largest predatory fish ever. Megalodon reached lengths of up to 20 meters and weighed as much as 50 tons. Its bite force was unmatched, over 40,000 pounds per square inch, dwarfing even the T-Rex. Its jaws were lined with serrated teeth the size of human hands, capable of biting through whalebone. Imagine a T-Rex in deep water out of its element. Megalodon would attack from below, using the ocean's vastness to ambush its prey. The T-Rex, powerful on land, would be slow and vulnerable in the water. Megalodon, a streamlined predator, would strike with devastating force. The impact alone would be catastrophic, like being hit by a freight train. Its bite could shear off a limb or even bite the T-Rex in half. In this environment, there would be no contest. The T-Rex's weapons were useless against a foe of this size and power in the sea. The battle would be over in seconds, a brutal display of aquatic dominance. Megalodon's reign was absolute in the oceans. This scenario shows how environment shapes the outcome of every battle. On land, T-Rex was king. In the sea, it was prey. Megalodon combined the size of a whale with the instincts of a shark. Against such a creature, even the mighty T-Rex was hopelessly outmatched. The lesson: every king has a rival, and every domain has its ruler. In the ocean, Megalodon was the true apex predator. Our final challenger is Sarcosuchus imperator, the flesh crocodile emperor, or supercroc. In the river systems of early Cretaceous Africa, this giant crocodilian reached 12 meters and weighed 8 tons. Its skull alone was nearly as long as a human is tall. Sarcosuchus was an ambush predator lurking motionless at the water's edge. Its prey included large fish and dinosaurs, any animal that dared approach the river. When a T-Rex came to drink, Sarcosuchus would explode from the water jaws, snapping shut with incredible force. Its goal latch onto a leg or snout and drag its victim into the river. In the water, Sarcosuchus had the advantage, using its weight and power to initiate a death roll, tearing flesh and breaking bones. The T-Rex's strength was formidable, but in the water, it was at a disadvantage. Sarcosuchus's thick armor and bony plates offered protection from counterattacks. Landing a fatal bite on a thrashing armored crocodile would be nearly impossible. This was a battle of specialists: T-Rex on land, Sarcosuchus in the water. The crocodile's strategy: pull the fight into its own domain where it could dominate. The initial ambush was key shock and violence, tipping the scales. On open ground, T-Rex might win. At the river's edge, Sarcosuchus was the true threat. The emperor crocodile was a dinosaur killer, perfectly adapted for ambush and raw power. The lesson: the most dangerous place in prehistory was the boundary between land and water. Sarcosuchus reminds us that the king's rule ended at the riverbank. In the world of ancient predators, no one was safe at the water's edge. The crown was always contested, and the river had its own emperor. Even the tyrant king had to watch his step. In the end, survival was about knowing where not to tread. Our journey through the Age of Titans ends here. For all its power, T-Rex was not alone at the top. Rivals like Spinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Titanoboa, Megalodon, and Sarcosuchus each ruled their own realms. Each predator's unique adaptations show that power comes in many forms: strength, strategy, and mastery of environment. The ancient world was a complex, competitive arena, filled with giants vying for supremacy. Which of these challengers surprised you most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this prehistoric battle royale, like and subscribe for more journeys into Earth's incredible history. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of our planet's past.